The great Billy Joel once said, "A bottle of red," and I think that's where he stopped. I'm pretty sure there was there anything else?
That was the original version.
Okay, because he wasn't into whites at the time. He
Right.
was more into reds, which works out well.
Didn't fit in with the flow of the song, so he did have to change it.
And the rhyming that he wanted to get together.
I've
with
heard
that
him talk
song.
about this many times on Sirius XM.
I know. I love that
A
channel. when they
bottle
do
of
that.
red, and that was it.
Hope I'm not dead.
Yeah,
I just remember what you said.
yeah.
It was much more stuttered and abbreviated, so he wound up
yeah.
increasing that to some other wine styles. But for now, we're going to stick with his original vision.
Right.
We're going to go with a bottle of red,
Bottle of red.
and it's a Reserve Shiraz. For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and the beverage that we're about today is the Reserve Australian Shiraz from Barossa. It's a red wine, a red Shiraz. It's from Trader Joe's. It's an exclusive to them. It's the first time that they've ever had a Shiraz under this particular label, and so we definitely wanted to see what it was all about.
Yeah, you were already talking about this last week, even as we had finished doing our live show and our podcasting and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, I think there's this red that I really want to try. Like I said, I
Right.
think this would be a good one. And I could not find any. Like I said, that's why we have gone with the Elton John cam this week.
Yes.
He is the Collins cam has been retired for a little bit. He may come back though because I loved it so much. But for right now, Elton John is taking the Yellow Brick Road, but he wants one more bottle of something to take with him, and it might be this Shiraz. We'll let him know.
It could be.
We're gonna try it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to take that away from him in just a second. But before we do that, is this like a limited release? Like, if you like it, get it now within the next little bit, or is there a run on it? Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Because as far as I know, we actually can't order any more of this.
Okay.
So we still have, we have some at the store still, and I'm sure the other stores probably still have some as well. But at least at this point, it appears that we may have reached the end of this particular label. Trader Joe's has different levels of wines, this being one of them, but there's a Reserve, the Grand Reserve, there's a Platinum Reserve, there's a few below that, but they are, what the feeling is that these are wines that offer an excellent value for the price.
Okay.
And this particular wine is $10. The thought process is that this wine would be $20, $25 if you bought it under the actual winery's label.
Okay.
And then going up from there are other incrementally more expensive wines that are even more of a value.
Now, is this one of the, at least under this label, is this the type of thing where Trader Joe's, where they are able to get that certain value buy from a winery that has like a surplus of, is that like, because you've
that's
mentioned that
one
before.
Of the things.
Okay,
Yes.
that's one of the ways.
It could be that.
Okay.
It could be that they actually contract with somebody. It could be that a winery comes to Trader Joe's and says, hey, they've done business with them before, and says, that we've got this extra, somebody defaulted, we've got all this juice in bottles already, are you guys interested in it? We go and taste it, see if we can, or Trader Joe's will go and taste it, see if they can, negotiate the proper price and get it for what they want. That's another one of the ways this can happen as well. So,
all right, well, very cool. Like I said, I know we've always been, we actually just did, a couple Trader Joe's wines not like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
well, one
of them was
specific, and the other I'd bought at Trader Joe's, but
Yeah.
wasn't Trader Joe's exclusive. So,
and we compared those two, and we actually, which one did we pick?
the Trader Joe's,
We did.
the Pacific Grove,
Yeah,
for $5.99.
they were both very similar.
Yes.
But one was much cheaper. And we did not know that. We actually did a blind tasting. So if you're interested in that at all, you can head into the archives at AboutBeverages.com or head over to our YouTube channel, and you can find it there as well if you want to go that route. All right. Can you take that bottle back from Elton John? If you can pry it out of his cold British hands.
Goodbye, Barossa Shiraz.
Nice.
Elton
Love it.
said goodbye, Barossa Shiraz. So we said goodbye.
Now, we already opened this a little while ago, probably 30, 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We didn't decant it or anything like that, but we at least you suggested, well, hey, let's get it open, even though it's going to be the first one, and let's go with that.
Because it'll get a little time to aerate there in the glass as we discuss.
One drop on the table.
One drop. We used to have the white tablecloth.
I know, we don't do that anymore.
No. I'll lick that up.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding.
I always kind of forget to bring like a little towel in here. Whenever I don't bring the towel in here, that's when I need it.
My hands are going to be all red.
Yeah.
They'll be stained just like my teeth.
All right. Does Elton want that back?
Do you want it
Yeah.
with the dripping? Are you okay with
That's
that?
fine. This carpet in here is terrible.
Okay.
The tasting room carpet has seen better days, good sir. Look at that. You can even see it live right there. I like that they're both kind of almost like looking at each other longingly. The label's kind of like, Elton. And he's like, Shiraz.
Elton Shiraz John. That's his middle name.
That is his middle name. All right. Color. Guess what? Dark ruby red.
Yeah.
Little purple?
Yeah, some purpley notes
Okay.
in there. Yep. We did a
Good legs
Shiraz
going on here. Look
Remember
at that.
we
That
did-
is clinging to the glass like nobody's business.
when we did our we did the preserving of wines. We did the freezing of wine. It was a Shiraz we picked.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was a long time ago.
Would that be in the archives as well?
It would be in the
It would be.
archives.
All
Check
right.
us out.
Got a lot of archive things going on here.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Nice and red purpley.
Yeah. Color's nice, but even better, sniff. We'll smell. That smells jammy and delicious.
Yeah, it does. That's got a lot of good.
It's got a little, a lot of fruit, but not like, sometimes there's stuff where it's like, it's that jammy, but almost like too sweet. This has like a nice, since it seems like it's more of like the, like little black currant, raspberry, like the heavier kind of fruits in there. There's a little hint of cherry, but it's very light kind of in the background. I really like that. And there's like a little alcohol kind of coming through, like even in
This
the aroma.
is-
As weird as that sounds, like that I'm not tasting it, but you can kind of feel the heat when you get an aroma. I mean, that seems like that's got to be a good 15%. What?
Did you look at it?
No,
It's
why?
15%.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
thought it
good.
was actually going to be like 14.
No, I knew it was hot. 15. Wow.
It's hot. Yeah, no, that was a complete shot in the dark.
No, that was good. An excellent guess. Educated guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but I get a lot of that in here, but it's in a good way
Yeah.
because I think it kind of cuts through some of that jamminess and fruitiness. That smells.
Yeah.
I like can literally not wait to taste this.
Let's
Too
not
bad we
wait.
can't because we don't drink on this podcast. That's so we're not by
Well,
Twitch
this is a dry
rules.
podcast.
It's a dry podcast. No. Smooth. That's really good.
Some good
Wow.
spice.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes the front of your tongue kind of pleasantly burn with that spiciness.
I like that. It's a good term.
The fruit, is great. There is a little bit of the heat. But
Yeah,
I think
there's
it supports it. It doesn't dominate it. I don't think
I don't think it overly done, but it's definitely
it's
there.
Yeah.
If that's something you're sensitive to at all, it's there. Like I said, I don't mind it. Like I said, I think it's good, and I agree it does support that, and I think it works well because of the heavier fruits that are in there and plays well with all of that. And the spice. It's a little. I think the only little knock I have against it is it's fairly dry in the middle of my tongue. Like it seems to hit there, and that's where I have like almost like a dry patch or spot. It's kind of like right almost in the middle of my tongue. But everywhere else, like the fruit is great and it's lively, and like you said, the front of the tongue, like a little spiciness or whatever. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna have some water. I'll come back and have another.
No, there is a dry, like middle third of your tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the
But
only.
I don't
thing.
know if that's.
To me, it almost says like maybe that might be. This might as good as this is like this. I wonder like food.
Maybe,
Like maybe
oh
this
yeah,
would really
I
play
think
into
this
that
would
better
hold up
because then
well.
you wouldn't even notice that, and
Right.
you'd just be getting everything else.
Right.
That's fantastic. But
And
this is
the
really
more
good.
this opens up to, this might be for our streaming listeners.
Yeah,
Who hear the after dark, not the after dark.
not the after. That's next week.
That's
We'll
next
talk about
week.
that later.
The after podcast content. This may open up even more now that it's got this nice bowl with the focused neck there. So. Yeah. Now I remember the Rosemont Shiraz was always a favorite of mine back like in the late 90s and early 2000s, and I liked it because it had spice and it had fruit. Then as I'm saying this, I'm realizing that's probably why I like Zinfandel so much now. The Zinfandel that has that spice and fruit.
Yeah,
Because
I
there
agree.
are some that have just the fruit, and and it's fine, but it's not what I want. I like that play of the spice and the fruit.
I don't want only one act in my play. I want three.
Well, there are a lot of people who want.
I want 3 acts. I want all of it. I don't want just the star. I want all the supporting cast. You kind of want everything in there. I agree. Yeah, Zinfandels I've really kind of gone more toward. I always have anyway, but I've leaned more toward cabs and obviously Pinots. For some reason to me, as much as I love Pinot Noir, they've become like harder to find like a really good one. that I like
I'll
as
bring you
much
one.
anymore. Okay. Actually, always one of my favorites was the Coppola Pinot Noir.
That's
I always
always
really
good.
love that one, the Diamond Collection or whatever. It's got the blue label
Yeah,
on it.
that,
And that
turquoisey
was always
blue.
for a good mid-level, like $15-$16, sometimes 14 if you found it on sale or whatever. That was always a really good one. But this is excellent. I would totally buy a bottle of this for $10. I mean, or a couple. These be something. I'm sure this would age pretty well.
Oh, I would
This
think
was a-
so. Yeah, it's a
this was a-
2016.
It
so-
was corked, so it can be allowed to age a little bit. That's kind of
Yeah.
the biggest difference. A lot of people ask, like, "Oh, it's got a cap on it. That must be not good." It's like it doesn't mean that it's not good. It just means it's not meant to age. It's not meant to sit around for like you're not going to get like more out of it.
Well, and even if that,
Usually.
they say the cap actually is a tighter seal than cork is like actually breathing.
Which is what you
Living-
want,
right.
Right.
Whereas
And that's
like
what I
the
mean.
cap
You
is like-
actually want that seepage. Or that like air.
Seepage.
Well, that's what they call it, like
Yeah,
cork.
I
I mean, well, not actually. You don't want cork seepage, but you want that air to come out.
Yes,
If
you
you
want it to
actually
breathe.
want something to, especially like if it's a cab or something that may be really tannic or something, you
Right.
want that to kind of back off a little bit. If you're going to keep it and cellar it, you want the cork. Like I said, like I said, just because it has a cap, even though it's kind of boring to open. Like that's the only thing. It's kind of sad. It'll be
Yeah.
like I've actually like, and I'm going to admit this to everybody. I've actually picked. I'm like, oh, this looks. Cap, huh? And it's sad. Like, and I'll still usually wind up getting it, but there's a romance to like. I loved like when like you brought this over, and then you're like, yeah, go ahead, open it. I was like, yes, it's a cork, sweet. And I'm like, it's just fun.
There is. Yep.
But yeah, definitely would recommend this one. I enjoy this. This is good.
Hopefully, by the time this is up, which will be this weekend,
Yeah, we'll get it up this weekend for sure.
There will still be some available at your local Trader Joe's. So yeah, go out and give it a try. Hopefully, I talked with a couple of my coworkers, and I specifically let them know we were trying this, and I said,
Okay,
drink along with us. I don't think that's happening, but
that's okay. That's all right because they can always watch it in the archives at AboutBeverages.com, where you
Correct.
can find not only this podcast, but all of the other things and videos that we have done throughout the years, which is all still good content, and we stand by most of it. There's a few things we've gone back and looked at, and we're like, "Ooh, we've changed our thoughts on that one."
Right.
But it's rare. It's rare.
we all change and evolve over the years. So you
We
know,
do.
That's right.
Yeah, we do a little bit. But also, if you want even more places, and you don't want to go to a website like AboutBeverages.com, which would be crazy, you can go to YouTube. We have all of our videos there. You can see all the archive of stuff. If you're on iTunes, subscribe to our podcast, which is all this stuff, but in audio form.
So you don't have to look at
Ears
us.
only. If you don't want to look at us, if you don't
Or
want to
Elton John.
if you don't want to look at Keith's guns live on stream, like I said, yeah, you can listen to us in audio form. Or if you would actually like to chat and drink along with us, twitch.tv/AboutBeverages. We are on live every Thursday night at 7 Pacific Standard Time for a couple hours, talking about different things and discussing all of these things with you.
That's right.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.